going to maybe tidy it up. And there's a fox running. There's a fox just ran through my backyard. I'm standing in front of the window, and there's a fox just ran through my backyard. Anyway, I've never seen a fox in our backyard. Anyway, where was I? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. Today, it's Tuesday. That means it's time for another Tiny Tidy. Tiny Tidy Tuesdays is an ongoing collab hosted by Sunday Dawn from The Helpful Home. I'll put a link in the description box below for her channel so you can check her out. And also, I'll put a link for the playlist so you can check out all the other videos created by the lovely ladies who are participating in this week's Tiny Tidy Tuesday. If you've got something that you want to tidy up in your house, grab your stuff and come on. We'll do it together. I'll show you what I'm going to be tidying up in our main bedroom today. For today's Tiny Tidy, I am going to be tackling this area next to my husband's side of the bed. This is his stuff, so I probably won't be decluttering things as in throwing things away, unless it's something that's obvious. Trash, for instance, I'm going to dump the trash can. But otherwise, I'll just be tidying up the space, cleaning it off a little bit, and putting everything back where it is, but maybe just a little bit more orderly so it will look less cluttery. So I probably won't be technically decluttering, but I'm going to try to make it look a little less cluttery and be a little bit cleaned up, because this is what happens. See how dirty that looks? Because I don't mess with this stuff. It's not my stuff. It's his stuff. The last time I did a little tidying up over here, I put these books here like this. I don't think he's touched them since. So I think me tidying up this area actually messed it up for him. So now he doesn't even read the books that he probably would be pulling out and reading. This is more his style down here, but it does need to get dusted and cleaned up a little bit every once in a while. So I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to get rid of his things because they're not mine to get rid of. I'm not going to pull everything out all at once because, like I said, I want to put everything back where it goes. So I'm just going to take the things off of one shelf at a time. I'm going to start at the top, clean that off, put everything back, and then move to the next shelf. I have a microfiber cloth so I can dust everything as I go, because this stuff I can tell it's pretty dusty. So before I move it, actually, I'm going to try to get some of the dust off of it. This is kind of like what Sunday Dawn is doing with her husband's desk. She's doing one or two drawers at a time because, let's face it, drawers, they can be kind of overwhelming. So she's splitting that desk up into several tiny tidies, just like I'm splitting up this main bedroom into several tiny tidies. I got all of these books dusted off and the figurine, and I dusted off the shelf, and I grabbed one of these wet wipe type things and cleaned off the phone. So now the top shelf is cleaned off, and I'm going to move down to the next shelf. My friend Diana from Diana Simplifies says it's perfectly fine to use a plain cloth. In this case, I have a microfiber cloth, and it's fine to use that, and you don't necessarily need to use any kind of a cleaner, especially if you are concerned about the chemicals and things in your home. She has pets that have illnesses. I have pets, and my husband is sensitive to a lot of smells and candles and that sort of thing. So the less I can use of that stuff, the better off we are. And since this is his stuff and his side of the bed, I am going to just use this microfiber cloth today. I got this shelf all cleaned off and tidied up, dusted, everything put back where it was, except for a couple of phone books that I found in this basket. They were kind of overflowing and they didn't really fit in the basket, so I moved those down one shelf and put them with the other two phone books that were on this shelf. Got this shelf all dusted off, went through the basket, dusted this off, dusted everything. There were a few things that they probably could be decluttered, but it's not my stuff, so it's not my call. He'll have to go through that himself. So I just put everything back in there as it was, except for this. I found a bag that just has a couple of wadded up paper towels in it. I'm pretty sure it's not a science experiment. I'm pretty sure it's just got put there accidentally. So I am going to go ahead and declutter that. So yay, I get to declutter something. Yeah. So now I'm going to move down to the next shelf. And if my camera will come back into focus, you will be able to see just how dusty this shelf is. It's pretty gnarly. So I am going to pause the camera, clean this up, and then I'll show you what I have afterward. Now I got all of that cleaned off. I put the things that he had over here in a basket. The reason why I went ahead and did that, even though it's his stuff, is because this stuff was so dusty. I could tell he has not been using the stuff or touching the stuff, and he just wants to hang on to it, and that's fine. But this way, it'll be in a bin, and it'll be much easier for me to pull things out and dust every once in a while. As I'm getting more and more decluttering done, I'm more likely to maintain things and dust and all that stuff. So I want to make things easier for me to be able to dust as well. And I can tell you how long it's been since I've been in here. Well, at least how long, because this is the middle of April, and before Christmas we were looking for some little flashlights because he was going to give somebody some for Christmas. They are in this box, and I could not for the life of me remember where I had put them when I was decluttering and organizing things. So way before that, way before December, was the last time I messed with any of this stuff. So it's been quite a while since this area has been dusted and tidied up. And now it's looking a lot better. So I will tell you, I am going to, now because I got that done, I'm going to grab the vacuum cleaner and get the trash out. And I'm also going to dust this stuff on his side of the bed on the headboard. Get that tidied up as well. I made a little label for the box. Doesn't have to be fancy, right? Just has to let you know what's in there. So I'm going to stick that on the box. I ran the vacuum cleaner, finished up the dusting, dumped the trash. I used the bag that had the napkins in it as the trash bag. And that is my tiny tidy for this Tuesday. It may not look a whole lot different, but it is less dusty and a little tidied up, and I did get to take just a little bit of clutter out of that space.
It's looking rather messy, and it's covered up with dust. It needs a little tidy. I don't want to, but I must. Carefully I shuffle, just as careful I put back everything that's scattered and the stuff that's in a stack. I wouldn't if it wasn't, but it is, and so I do. Dust off all the spaces, one by one, until I'm through. I'd do the tossy-tossy if the things were mine to toss, but they're not, and so I don't. Cross a line I shouldn't cross.
Let me know in the comments if you did a tiny tidy along with me. Don't forget, check out that playlist below so you can watch all the other videos for this week's Tiny Tidy Tuesday. And for now, happy decluttering!